Some people think I'm crazy for still holding out hope for a Shidou Ryusei hat trick. Believe it or not, there are others praying for a Nanase equalizer. As a wise man once said, what in the absolute What's going on, everybody? It's Anamasu here, and in today's video, we'll be diving into my theories and predictions for Blue Lock Chapter 275. If you watched through and find that you enjoyed yourself, take a quick moment to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, dropping your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to join the community Discord to interact directly. Without further ado, let's get right back into the tradition of an old theory video because the manga's actually getting hyped now. Starting with the main man himself, Isagi, chapter 274 showed him being absolutely clueless on how to stop the rampaging Itoshi Rin. His ability to read ahead into the future has been shattered by Rin's unpredictability, and apart from that, the kid just can't compete individually. Unable to read his opponent and just standing there in fear, Isagi gets cooked here in a way I truly hate to admit or explain aloud. Rin hits him with the side special and nutmegs Isagi, to then just continue running along as Homie crashes into the floor. After this harsh 1v1 loss to Rin though, accusations of lacking resolve seem to actually affect him as we see him seething on the ground. Unlike Rin, who just craves to commit murder and has remained near the top, Isagi has been forced to build his way up by accepting and learning from loss. On page 9, the main egoist takes up a whole slot to boldly announce himself as Isagi, the genius of adaptability and a huge parallel. This declaration strongly resembles Itoshi Rin's iconic "I am the egotistical destroyer" moment from the U20 match, and both came after moments of tough defeat. Blue Lock has a history of drawing these kinds of parallels to foreshadow major developments as well, so don't just write these off as random callbacks. It's likely his new puzzle cone eye prowess represents an upgrade from Metavision or something entirely new, and is clearly shown twice in view this chapter. With all that's taken into consideration, you might be wondering what's next for Isagi in this current field of play. I believe his most likely and best move might be to focus on reading Charles' past and moving to the critical point, same as Shidou and Rin. After his declaration and assumed awakening, Isagi only appears one other moment in this entire chapter despite all the action. It just so happens to be when Shidou Ryusei slips away from Kunigami's lockdown, so it's possible we'll see that he's been trailing in his shadows even up to the past. I believe his defensive positioning will lead him to play a significant role preventing Rin and Shidou from scoring, potentially involving an interception of Charles' Rabona cross or a quick block. Despite his best efforts here though, PXG will be scoring the equalizer here as even Isagi's Metavision can't stop the end of the volume, a 22-page chapter, and us being tired of waiting. After the goal is where things get interesting though, because at 2-2, Isagi will finally unleash his original ego and destroy PXG alongside Ness. I'm getting ahead of myself though, considering we're still waiting on the equalizer in 275, so let's instead talk about who will actually score this upcoming goal. A huge surprise in chapter 274 came in the form of Shidou Ryusei, who in one swift moment left Kunigami in the dust and broke free of any defenders. Back on the pitch and ready to cause chaos, it's only fair we discuss his potential impact on upcoming play, especially since it was Charles who sent off the final pass. That little mastermind aimed for a critical point where both Rin and Shidou would collide neck and neck, sprinting towards the goal. This setup might seem like an advantage, but in reality, presence of Shidou could turn into a double-edged sword for Rin. Shidou already scored one goal in this match, and while some might argue his role as a scorer is done, I'd say it's more complicated than that. His first goal wasn't about his own glory, but rather revealing the chemistry of the match and showing Isagi the key to unlocking chemical reactions on the field. Now though, Shidou's role has been shifted to taunt Rin and push him beyond his limits as Rin finally faces someone who embodies the same relentless drive to win, even if it means dying on the pitch. Rin has always been searching for someone too who could rival or surpass Sai, and he finds a match in Shidou when it comes to sheer ego and relevance as he literally played alongside him in the U20 match. The problem comes with Shidou being the demon, clearly not fitting the whole hero archetype in Rin's narrative, which is mainly why I think a bad omen hangs over him. I suspect that during the upcoming play, Shidou may either find himself embarrassed by Rin's inevitable goal, or worse, forced to assist it despite his own ambitions to shine. This could very well lead to the chapter's title Crash Out becoming literal. With the looming Igaguri card narrative and Kunigami's injury still hanging in the air, it's not far-fetched to imagine that Shidou or even Rin could be carded as tensions reach their peak. Speaking of Itoshi Rin, as much as I hate to admit it, I have to say that all signs point to him scoring the equalizer in chapter 275. With his backstory laid out to explain his ego and awakening, combined with the fact that 3 of 4 lead egoists have already found the back of the net, it's all setting up for him to deliver a super goal of his own. The stage is perfectly set. Shidou, Isagi, and Kaiser are all charging into the box, with Charles masterfully gathering them into this death trap by sprinting up the wing and sending a Rabone across. This is the moment Rin has been waiting for, the chance to destroy everyone at once in his path and prove that he's the true villain of Blue Lock. Specifically though, many people including myself will wonder what kind of goal Rin will even score. With his best traits being ruthless precision and efficient high quality skill moves, I wouldn't put it past him to beat Shidou in his own game. We've seen him do this in the U20 game using physical attributes against other people, and imagine the humiliation for Shidou if Rin used his body as leverage or outdid him physically to score in the box. Total domination and embarrassment even extends to his own teammates. Then there's also Isagi, who's been baited into this situation, thinking he might have a shot at stopping Rin alongside Kaiser. Everyone has been gathered for Rin to destroy at once, and it will all end with him backhealing a past to Nanase. That is kind of a joke, but here's a fun mini-theory for you all to forget my previous statement. What if Nanase manages to steal the goal and score the equalizer? Just like how Isagi swooped in during the third selection, Nanase could capitalize on a deflection or a loose ball and snatch up the equalizer right from under Rin and Shidou's noses. It would be a hilarious twist, and it would make the chapter's title crash out all the more fitting. I mean, Nanase kinda deserves it because Rin has denied him an assist 2 times in a row. Why in God's name would he try to assist him 3 times when he could just be like, psych, that goal's not good enough? Imagine Shidou and Isagi on the floor just laughing their asses off as Rin completely loses it and commits true murder. I just figured I'd share these thoughts because people in my Discord and community have been genuinely coping for this hillbilly bum. Rin literally owns Nanase and taught him that he was ambidextrous before his coach, so why in God's name does he deserve to make a top 23 spot? Rin threw away even his own teammates' value for an insane super solo goal. So unless he graciously decides to include him, it is over for bro. With that wrapping up my predictions and theories for chapter 275, I just want to thank you all so much for watching this far through. Whether it's Rin's inevitable super goal, Shidou's wildcard antics, or Isagi's evolving Metavision, this chapter is shaping up to be an absolute banger. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below as always, cause I love hearing your theories. If you enjoyed today's video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow Blue Lock fans to really help the channel. I also have a community Discord below you can join where I and many others talk frequently about Blue Lock and also just manga and anime in general. Anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one, and let me just tell you, college absolutely sucks. Just one more thing, I want to let you guys know that the episode Nagi movie is officially dropped on Amazon Prime Japan. It's more than likely you can find a way to watch it or someone who translated it. But let me know if you guys would like a watch party or review. I've already watched it in moderately low quality, and also Russian, so maybe the experience wasn't that great and will be better in 4K. I hope you all have an amazing day though, and make sure to join my community Discord to stay updated with everything going on.